Oh, hello there. I'm Dan, resident DM here at Nifty Live, and welcome to the Recaptain's Quarters. In this video, we'll be doing a quick summary of the first 19 sessions of our D&D campaign, The Pirates of Kalhamar. So, without further ado, our story takes place in the world of Kalhamar, a realm rampant with seas, storms, and pirates. Pirates that can be found raucously drinking and celebrating their freedom and way of life in the cities of Tortuga and Priangos. On the other side of these seas, however, we have the Midas Trading Company, a lawful regiment that enforces their laws through shackle and rope. Imprisoning pirates at best, or enslaving and executing at worst, this bloody feud has called for a once-in-a-lifetime tenuous agreement between the 9 current ruling pirate lords, in an attempt to try and thwart the encroaching crawl of the Midas Trading Company. Our story, however, starts much smaller, aboard a meagre merchant vessel headed northwards through the Isle of Mist, known as the Cavalier, the place where our party first met each other and made introductions. Our party comprises of Cyathus, a Triton druid from the underwater city of Reef, Nem, a human warlock, an ex-wise woman who is now in servitude to the Raven Queen, a young halfling by the name of Mastella who practices in the sorcerous arts, leaving the Midas life behind him, River, a Tabaxi paladin in service to the god Saloon, who is hell-bent on getting revenge on the Midas people who have wronged her, Fuaro, a young and ambitious Aarakocran rogue who has his eyes set upon becoming Pirate King, and lastly, but certainly not least, Garvin Serius, a 9'5" Goliath barbarian descended from storm giants who now looks to ascend alongside his giant kin. Introductions were made, but before long, in the middle of the night, the party were attacked by unseen and shadowy assailants. The Cavalier torn asunder, the crew killed, the party found themselves in unconsciousness before waking upon the shores having been washed up on the beachside. The party, regrouping, gathering themselves, managed to march through the jungle towards the town of Coldshire. They were welcomed into the town and found that they weren't, in fact, the only survivors of the attack, with the ship's cook, Drubbin the Drunk, managing to get away with his life as well. After doing some odd jobs around town, the party managed to barter their way onto a ship known as Turi that was bound towards the city of Priangos, the unofficial pirate capital of the world. Docking up in the sprawling and nocturnal city of Priangos, the party went through its many districts seeing what the city had to offer, before being wrapped up in a favour for an entrepreneur by the name of Philareth, one of the denizens of the Fey district here in the city. After dealing with a rival business partner quickly and swiftly, Philareth was impressed with the party's abilities and decided to reward them with an introduction to one of the 9 pirate lords, none other than Blackbeard himself. Anxiously negotiating with Blackbeard, the party found themselves indebted to the wily pirate lord. However, in exchange, he helped them get their very first ship that they aptly named the HMS Swagship. After this, the party sailed to the city of Tortuga, picked themselves a somewhat seaworthy crew, and then headed towards the neutral bastion known as Titan's Cradle, a city built within the remaining hand of a once-felled Titan. In here, the party found themselves wrapped up in some intrigue with a group of doppelgangers that were impersonating and pinning crimes on them, and Mastella met his long-lost aunt that he didn't know existed. After wrapping up this debacle, the party then set sail to intercept a ship known as the Scuttler, as they were about to embark on their first ever bit of pirating. A quick and successful attack on the smuggling vessel found the party in the possession of a boat full of drugs. After ferrying this over towards the tent town of Nargan, they managed to sell this boat full of drugs for a hefty sum, use the money to hire a more robust and experienced crew, as well as an ogre, and then found out that one of their crew members was unfortunately possessed by a demon. After performing a seance, headed by the party's paladin River, the party managed to defeat said demon in a harrowing and tough battle aboard their ship. Winding their sails and wondering where to go next, it was at this point that Blackbeard's favour was called in. After a brief meeting aboard Blackbeard's ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, he tasked them with venturing into Midas territory to gather a shipment that found itself gathering moss somewhere at the bottom of the sea. The party headed straight into Midas territory and before long managed to commandeer a ship known as the SS Miriam that they aptly renamed Sea Razor as they cut through the Midas waters. They began to take a short detour towards a mountain pass in search of some buried treasure within a tomb. In this tomb, they found themselves coming across treasure hunters, which they quickly betrayed, a group of kobolds, as well as a very large, illusory dragon. It's in this large cavern that the party currently rest, bloodied, beaten, but victorious, and the spoils of their fight laying at their feet. If you'd like to find out where the party will be headed next, where the winds of fate will take them, join us over on our YouTube channel or on our Twitch channel for the next instalment of the Pirates of Kalhamar. Thank you.